guys, Garrett McKenzie from Garrett McKenzie Fishing here, and I'm going to go over some of the tips that I found to make you a better angler. So let's get into that. The first tip, and one of the most important that I found, is just spending time on the water, going out fishing. Just like anything else in life, you spend more time working on something and you're going to get better at it over time. So, yeah. The second thing would be learn from other wiser anglers, whether it's through a bass club, through some tournaments, guy down the street from you, I don't know, or looking up YouTube videos like you are now. Just learning from other wiser fishermen is a huge and crucial thing to become a better angler. Third would be fish new lures, new tactics, learn how to fish new spots, new lakes, all that stuff. Totally help you become a better angler, and don't be afraid to fish some stuff that you're going to probably lose some lures in. Don't be afraid to lose lures. I've learned that the hard way. There's been a whole bunch of times where as I was starting out and I was just more of a kid, I did not want to throw it there. I'm like, it's going to get lost. But if you don't take that risk, you're not going to get the gain of getting that fish if it is there. And those fish are going to be in those tough spots, those awful weed-covered spots, and cover and structure. They're going to be in those hard-to-get-to spots. So the next thing I would say is just make sure you keep your attitude in check. When you're on the water, you want to be respectful to all the people around you. You want to be respectful, not leave your trash laying there. If you pull off some line, take it with you and throw it away. When you get home, do not leave that tangled where some wildlife or whatever could get caught in that. And also, if you're fishing a tournament, you got to keep your attitude in check. You can't just get angry that you lost that one really nice fish and give up. You just need to keep your attitude going good and go out there and catch another fish. So the next thing would be just remember you're going to learn more as you go on. So you're going to you won't really know anything at first, but don't get discouraged. You'll learn more as you go, and from there, I know you may not like watching some of the beginner videos or whatever like that, but start at the beginner level and then you work yourself up to where you could become a pro someday. So that's just how it is. Another thing would be keep an eye out when you're fishing the lakes. A lot of people will not probably pay too much attention, but those bass some days, quite a few days, they'll tell you where they are. They'll blow up in a spot on some forage stuff like that. But they'll tell you where they are some of the days. Also look for different spots around the lake that look really good and promising. Also keep focused on your lures. If you see a hook that's starting to get dull, change it out. Stuff like that. Also make sure your line's strong, doesn't have any frays in it. And another tip would be buy the best quality you can. That's huge. I know for a long time I just wanted to buy cheap stuff, but I realized you're going to go through cheap stuff so much quicker than you are a quality rod. If you get a quality rod that is real quality rod and reel, then it will last you probably the rest of your life versus one that might last you 5 years. So there's a big difference in buy quality to the certain point that you can. But yeah. Another tip would be work with your gear. Like I said, make sure your line, your reel, make sure all your equipment is just working good, and keep an eye if it's not. You want to fix those problems before you hook a nice fish and it ends up breaking your line because your line wasn't checked thoroughly, or your lure had dull hooks and wasn't going to hook the fish, stuff like that. Another tip would be slow down. Sometimes you need to slow down, and I know I'm very guilty of just burning that bait in. I love the way it feels, just when you want to reel it in super quick. Sometimes you get bored, but sometimes you just really need to slow that lure down. Even sometimes you almost have to just kill it and dead stick it there, not do really anything. So make sure you cover water is another tip. Don't stay in one spot, because if you stay in one spot and don't move, you're never going to find any new spots. You're going to hit that spot. Don't get too comfortable with your favorite spot. The fish will move around the lake. It's just how it is. Also, you could use the same lure, but it's really nice to switch up lures that the fish haven't seen. So cover water, move to different spots, try new tactics out. And then my last and final tip would be just don't be afraid to keep it simple. I mean, you don't always have to get all these fancy lures like a live target or Livingston lure, stuff like that. Sometimes you can just catch them on a $3 crankbait, something like that, and sometimes just keep the fishing simple, and you don't have to overthink it sometimes too much and get confused with all the information that's out there. But guys, I hope you like this video. I hope it helps you to become a better angler. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll be doing more videos in the upcoming future.